Hello dear audience, greetings with Salam. Today I have come up with another session of English Sentence Basics 3. This is the third session. Particularly, as you know that in the first session I have come up with the present tense formation of two tenses rather, where we talked about the indefinite tense formation that reflects the routine or habitual work. Say for example, I work, as routine or habitual, that habitually I work. Then I have come up with another session that is on the spot action, that is the where we talk about the continuity of the action, like I work in the habitual or indefinite form, and that changes into I am working, that is I am actually working, I am in the process. And on the third aspect, in the second session, English Sentences Basic 2, I talked about the perfect aspect of the present tense formation, wherein I talked about the work or the action that has just completed or is about to complete. Okay, where I use the sentence structure that I have worked. Okay, I work. For the habitual or routine aspect, I am working for the continuity on the spot action, and I have worked for the action that has recently been completed or that is about to be completed. So these are the three aspects of our action, or we can say that the communication or the reference to the action and communication in the present tense formation. When we talked about the indefinite form of the tense, we talked about the continuous form of the tense, and we talked about the perfect form of the tense, that is present tense. Today we are going to talk about the present perfect continuous. The present perfect continuous part. This is done, this is done, this is done, and today the fourth part, that is present perfect continuous. What is more important in the present perfect continuous? First of all, we actually, for making present perfect continuous, we are in a requirement of already the verb, subject we have already there, the first person, second person, and third person, that is the same. But for the verb, we do have the verb is the same. For the helping verb, we have, and has for the third person singular, that's already there. But what is the additional part of here? What is the additional part? That is special helping verb we are attaching with the helping verb have. We are attaching, we attach the special that is helping verb, that is called a been. We call it been, or in the contracted form. Later on we are going to discuss the contracted form of the English language or English words, that is called been or been. Okay, so it is with the help of this have been or has been, we are able to make present perfect continuous. Okay, where we have the habitual or routine aspect in present indefinite, we have the on the spot or existing or in the process action in the continuous tense, where we have action just completed or about to complete in the perfect form. So in the present perfect continuous, we do have no doubt the term itself refers both to the imperfection, that is completion, perfection, that is completion, and continuity. But it more and more gives more stress on the continuity than completion. It shows more the length of the duration. It gives stress on the duration of the action. Okay, that's it. And one more point important to it, that is we actually use since for. We have two more points to mention here with regard to sentence construction of present perfect continuous, where we have the point of time and period of time. We supposedly try to divide time. And when we put some point on the timeline, like here we put a point time on the timeline here. No doubt time has no beginning and no end, but we have put a particular point here and we say that since. Okay, that is, we put a point here, we say since, that is from this point of time we start working, and we are actually here. And then in the period of time that uses for the significance, for the reference, there we just try to give 2 points on the timeline, where we just try to close the timeline
at a particular point, from the particular beginning to the particular end, and that becomes the period of time for us. For that we use for. Okay, so we have the since and for to be used in the tenses of present perfect continuous, particularly in the present formation. Present is already mentioned there. So let's begin for the rehearsal or for the practice. So as you're already aware, in the last session I have introduced the subjects, this agent of work or agency of action. We have I, we, you, he, she, it, or they. Okay, they are working as a subject. Then in the helping verbs, we have been, and has been for making the present perfect continuous tense. Then we have the verb. Okay, this is the verb helping, this is the main verb. This is the main verb. So the main verb is here taken, taken, taken. As already I talked about that, we have the take, the present form of it. We have the takes, the present singular form of the verb. In the conjugation in the last session I talked about it. We have the take as a plural form of the verb present form. With plural present form, we have the takes, singular present form. We have took, that is a past participle, past form of it. We have the taken, that is past participle form of it. Then we have taken, that is the present participle form. For every verb we have 5 forms for every verb. Let us take write. It is write, write plural, write singular, writes. Okay, past form wrote. Okay, then we have past participle form written. Then we have present participle form, that is written. Writing. So write, writes, wrote, written, writing. Okay, we have 5 forms for every verb. And those 5 forms of the verb, that is called the conjugation of the verb, is must for understanding a tense formation. Once you understood tense formation, you will be very comfortable in, we can say, conveying different kind of actions, definitely. And then let's begin. So, say for example, for the first person singular, we say I have been talking since morning. I have been talking since morning. Earlier for the perfect we said I have talked. Like now we have I have been. Why we use been as a special verb? Been is actually the past participle form of the be form. That is be, was, that is be, was, been. That is the past participle of the be form. So after here, I have been, we are making the perfect tense. I have been is the perfect tense, but the main verb is missing. The main idea that's being conveyed by the main verb, that's missing. So we use take, the take form, and we make the continuous progressive form of the take, talk. That we make the progressive form of talk, that's called talking. Okay, so I have been talking. This makes us the perfect continuous, present perfect continuous. Then after making the present perfect continuous, we need to talk about the timeline, time signifiers, time reference. For the time reference, I have already told you that we use point of time and period of time. Point of time, for the point of time we use since, for the period of time we use for. Okay, say for example we say morning, morning is a point of time. We say day, day is a period of time, it's a period, okay, a chunk, a set. Like we have noon, it's a point on the timeline, it's a period of time. Sorry, it's a point of time. Then we have 2 hours, there's a period of time. Again, we have the 1 p.m., that is point of time, point on the timeline. Then we have 2 hours, that is period of time. Then we have January. January, for example, we say that I have been teaching English since January 2026. So that's a point of time. But if I convert the January into 1 month, that becomes period of time, because 1 month is a duration of time. So this thing we need to keep in mind. So let's now begin in detail. So I have been talking since morning. I have been talking since morning. That is, when I have been talking, that's a process, and no doubt this shows the continuity, and I have been talking. But how long? Since morning. Since morning I have been talking till present time. Okay, we are not actually closing the time here. I have been talking since morning. Okay, I have been talking since morning. So then we have been cooking for 2 hours. We have been cooking for 2 hours. No doubt, here also we have the timeline, but we have the period of time here. In the first sentence, we have the point of time, we just indicate it as a particular point. From there on, we are doing that job. What is the job? That is talking. But in the second part, we have been cooking for 2 hours. We have been cooking, but the duration of time is 2 hours. And we put the period of time and we use for. Likewise, but for the second person, we say you have been running for 1 day. So day, it is 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Okay. So that means that particular period of time. So we use for. You have been running for 1 day. Then in the next sentence, we say that you have been learning since January. Say for example, I told that I have been teaching since January. That means January becomes a point of time. So January, maybe January, Feb, March, April, May, June, July, or now it's August. So if I try to put it to the period of time, then I have to say that I have been, say for example, whatever it is, I have been running, I have been learning for 6 months or 7 months. Say for example, or 8 months or whatever it is. So likewise, then we have the third person singular. We have the special distinction for taking has been in place of have been as a helping verb. So we say that she has been doing yoga since noon. Noon, when there is 12. Okay, we say noon time. Then definitely we say that she has been doing yoga since noon. Noon is the point of time, so we use since here. Okay, before that time. They have been demanding for 1 year. Okay, now they have been demanding for something, maybe to the authority, maybe to the political party. So there, that we have deliberately used it for, because we have 1 year. 1 year is a period of time. Okay, so I think that this is what is about present perfect continuous. This is more that shows the continuity. It gives more and more emphasis on the continuity of the process, because the lengthening and duration of the process of any action that we use just to, rather than not for the completion, even if it's about to complete or recent completion, that is about the perfect tense. So today we just talked about, in this session we just talked about for the present perfect continuous, where we give more stress on the continuity, and whether it is I have been talking, that's since morning, whether it is we have been cooking for 2 hours, or you have been running for 1 day, you have been learning since January, and she has been doing yoga since noon. These they have been demanding for 1 year. These all aspects shows leads towards the present perfect continuous, wherein whenever we are supposed to refer to any action that's more lengthy in nature, that lasts for long durations. Okay, even if it is for the point of time, we try to refer to some point of time in the past. Since then, we have been continuously doing that work, or we want to just we can say that we want to close the time period and want to give the perfect duration. Then we use for that. For the point of time, we use since. For the period of time, we use for. Okay, that's it. I think that's all for today. Hope that you will practice it at home, and it's very good ideas, because with these basic ideas, you will definitely try to feel very comfortable, try to feel very, we can say, elasticity in your communication, in your tense formation. You will try to be situational. Whatever the situation demands from you, you will use that kind of sentence structure. So today it was present in English sentence basic 3. Hope that you have understood, you will practice it, and hopefully we will come up with more sessions in the future for more multivalent aspect of situational language or functional part of English grammar. Hope that you have enjoyed the session. Have a good time.